the only way I'm going to get in that neighborhood is by actually buying it.
Yeah.
And then as long as my credentials are correct on paper, right? I have my 3.5% down if I'm going FHA, or 5% if I'm going conventional. Then I could be in this. I can entertain the same neighborhood. Now let's take that same conversation and let's bring that to a more realistic situation. It's not a 10,000 square foot home. Let's say it's a 1,500 square foot home, a regular typical 1,500 square foot home, and it's in Hollywood, Florida, which is not an affluent area of Florida, but it's a decent
good town.
It's close enough. Yeah, it's a middle income, median income area. It's not an absorbent amount of money for me to rent in Hollywood, right? If I believe the median price of a house in Hollywood is somewhere between $300,000 and $400,000. Yes. So if you're looking to obtain a mortgage, it's only 3.5% down. So you're looking at, if you negotiate the right deal, you'll only put around $10,000 down to buy the house. You negotiate your closing costs. Wow. You put $10,000 down to buy that home. That doesn't change your life, and 10 grand is not going to start a business that's going to change your life overnight. You take that $10,000 and you invest in your future. You invest in what you're investing in at that point is you're investing in your future. You're investing in your family. You're investing in stability. Because say, for instance, I did rent in that same home. It's a year lease or 2-year lease at a time. At the end of the first year, the landlord says, I don't want to rent the home anymore. I want to sell it because I want to buy a bigger boat.
Right.
I want to buy a bigger boat. So I want to sell the home. I'm liquidating my assets. So now, me as a tenant, I'm forced to find somewhere else to live.
And if you have kids,
and I'm forced to and say I can't buy a house in the same exact school district. I'm forced to uproot my children and put my children in a different school district. And I call this place home. And that's the key word, home. What we have as a people have to understand that we have to, like, home ownership is extremely important. Extremely important. Especially to people who look like me. Extremely important. And what he's saying on the back end of his conversation, yes, once you accumulate some wealth, then you can do all those things. You can buy and rent to yourself and start businesses. But where do you start? Exactly. If you don't have an actual foundation that starts at home, you can't start. So you have to own the home. Like, that's where it starts. You put your minimum down payment, 3.5% down to 5%, and you buy a home. And you create that concrete stability for your family.